10 signs you should become a lawyer. Getting admitted to study in the university is tough. Deciding on what degree to study is perhaps tougher. Your mom wants you to be a doctor. Your dad thinks engineering is more suiting, given your math skills. Then there's your uncle who thinks architecture is your calling because he once saw you sketch a nice house, but an inner voice has been telling you studying law wouldn't be a bad idea. This can be all too much for your inexperienced self, and you may end up studying a course you have little passion for. So, in today's video, we'll look at why law might just be your calling and 10 signs that you should consider becoming one. If you're new to this channel, you are welcome. Consider subscribing to After School Africa to continue exploring opportunities. Keep in mind that just ticking off one or two of these signs is not enough reason to consider pursuing a career in law. You need a combination of at least 5 of these signs to make the grade. 1. Big books don't scare you. Are you intrigued with going through bookshelves? Do you find it fun reading big books, journals, and newspapers around the house? Do you spend hours running through books, seeking information? Well, that could be a sign you'll make a lawyer. Law school demands long hours in the library. You will be scoring enormous legal textbooks and limitless case files. If you're a quick reader, it will be an added advantage. Being a smart reader will get you even further. This means you know how to take apart a reading, identify the key points, draw relevant conclusions, and highlight the parts you know you'll need to revisit later on. This one skill is not enough to make a good lawyer. After all, a potential scientist will possess similar quality. What will matter most is the nature of topics you find more interesting. 2. You try to get all angles of a story. Being able to get all angles of a story is a skill meant for law school. You will make a good lawyer if you always strive to hear the other side of a story. Digging deeper beyond the surface to get to the root of a matter is also a bonus. Your ability to dissect complicated situations and determine the facts of a case will come in handy as a lawyer. 3. You love arguing to prove a point. You probably expected this to be the first point on the list, right? I knew it. That's why I made it the third. This is the most common reason people are given to join law school. If you can hold your ground and argue for hours just to convince other people to buy your point of view, you may want to save all that energy for law school. Seriously though, why waste all that energy arguing on vain things? You could be making real money, bamboozling a judge with section after section of the Constitution that exonerates your client. 4. You stand for what you believe in. This is very important in law. You will likely handle cases that don't have a lot of compelling evidence to back them up. In such situations, you have no other choice than to believe in your client and fight for that person as if his or her case is your own. You must be prepared to stand up for what you believe, despite constant negative forces who try to defeat your claims. 5. You exude confidence. When you make a claim, do you hold your ground and keep your cool when faced with a barrage of backlash? Oh, well then, you should be a lawyer because that happens quite a lot in the field. You'll be under attack on a regular basis. You need confidence to defend your claims. Lack of it will make you struggle. And no client wants a lawyer who lacks confidence. 6. You have integrity. Law profession has no room for unethical behavior. You could get disbarred if you're found wanting due to one unethical behavior or misconduct. Integrity is essential in a successful law career. If you have this quality, you may want to consider a law degree. Honesty and being able to stand up for what is right even when under pressure will also set you apart in the legal profession. 7. You pay attention to detail. This is a gift not very many people have. I mean, many people can barely remember what they had for dinner last night. If you're someone that catches and remembers even the smallest detail about everything, law was made for you. Law school forces you to think on your toes, and most of the time, out loud. It's going to require you to handle multiple storylines and facts, to keep track of everything you encounter on a daily basis. Facts, dates, figures, definitions of legal jargons, case studies, and their verdict are just some of the things you need to remember. Organization, discipline, and razor-sharp focus are just a few traits that every law school hopeful should possess. If you have this, welcome to law. 8. You enjoy debates. This is different from arguing in the sense that debates are more organized and with fewer interruptions. If you're fascinated by two people stating facts while at the same time trying to counteract the other person's point, being a lawyer gives you the chance to do that in court. 9. You have good time management skills. You're probably thinking, what has the time got to do with law? The answer is, on average, studying law full-time can take about 3 to 5 years. It all depends on what part of the world you're studying from. That's 5 years of demanding course loads, often well into your prime young adult years. You'll probably be glued to your work while your friends are partying and having fun. Law is demanding, and to be a good lawyer, you need to use your time judiciously. This skill will also come in handy when you're in the courtroom. Crossing a witness can be tough, and you need to keep the time. Every second matters in law, and if you're good with time, you just might make a good lawyer. 10. You keep secrets. This is almost the cardinal rule of lawyers. Lawyers are just behind priests in the order of people who hear confessions the most. If you have carved a niche for yourself among friends and family as someone who can be trusted to keep a secret, you may want to take that skill to law and be a lawyer. You will probably have to hear more serious secrets from your clients. Some confessions will be gross, but given your history, you will not have a hard time keeping them safe. As I mentioned earlier, don't run to study law because you tick off a few of the signs. You have to check off at least 5 of the signs, and you have to understand the intricacies of studying law and the legal profession. Be sure to watch our video on 25 things you probably didn't know about studying law in the description below. Ultimately, if you're passionate about the legal profession and see you have a number of the required quality, by all means, go for it. Which of these 10 signs on becoming a lawyer interests you the most? Tell us about it in the comment section. If you're yet to subscribe to the After School Africa channel, now is a good time to subscribe. Until next time, your success matters.